Happy Night Ravers, E Proxy here. It's time for another episode of the E Proxy Podcast. This is long overdue. I should have done this a while ago, but I didn't. But that's okay. We have guest Pablo. Pablo, say what's up, man.
What's up?
Decided to use the PS4 party chat this time because in my opinion, it sounds better than being on the phone. You know, I hate that sound you get when you're having an interview with someone on the phone, and it just sounds better. So, you ready to do this thing, Pablo, man?
Sure am.
All right. Pablo's a sport, man. I woke him up, I called him, and he jumped right out of bed. He was like, "You know what? I'm not awake right now, but I will be awake." So yeah, much respect right there. Pablo, first tell them how you doing, man. How's your day been, so on and so forth. I want to know as well, bro.
Day's been pretty okay, man. It's had better days, but I've had worse days. Woke up kind of hungry, a little thirsty.
Well,
But
if
lucky
you
for me, I got food in the fridge and water in my house.
hey, and that's all that matters. And I just realized there's blood all over my freaking leg. Holy hardcore.
It's amazing.
It's crazy, man. Where did
I
that
woke
come
up with a
from?
huge scab on my shin from deadlifts.
From deadlifts?
hmm
Oh man, deadlifts, man. That's a beast right there. It's a lot easier to deadlift if you have the what is the bar called with the it's the one that wraps around your legs, but you lift from the sides of it.
Suitcase bar.
Yes, it's a lot easier to do deadlifts on that than it is on the flat bar for me. If I have the wrist
Yeah, I use
straps, then
flat bar.
yeah. Oh man, but today's episode we're gonna go ahead and cover this. It's about the late great Rich Piana. This guy was an inspiration to me. This guy was an inspiration to Pablo, and he needs to be talked about. He does. Is there anything you want to say about Rich before we start this podcast, bud?
Rice Potato Chip was probably one of the most honest people in the fitness community when it came to what he did, how he did it, and how he got to where he was.
And that was
If we didn't have Rich Potato Chip, the fitness community wouldn't be what it is today.
I mean, that's true because you have so many people out in the fitness community that just lie. They lie. They use fake weights. Hashtag Brad Castleberry. What a moron. Um.
They sell BS Fit Tea on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
They conform to YouTube's, terms and regulations.
And it's nothing but a bunch of trash. The first time I ever saw it was a powder form of food that you can eat was real food from Rich Piana. It wasn't
Yeah,
the secret stuff that's blended up that you never know if it's like hair or whatever that might not actually help you. But the people that lie to you in the fitness industry on YouTube and other platforms like that will never tell you what's in it because they just want to make money. Rich was one of the most laid back, honest guys that I think I ever saw, when it came to fitness.
I agree.
And I mean, just in general, the only time I ever heard Rich just get pissed is whenever something would happen, and he had a good reason to be pissed. We're going to go
Yeah,
over, I'm going to go over something right now that it's the last time I heard him actually get really, really angry. And he had a damn good reason too. It's because of his ex-wife. I was listening to the video where she was recording him and he was making a sale. And he was like, I wouldn't say he was screaming at her because I don't consider Rich Piana screaming at her in this video. This is just him raising his voice at her, basically telling her that she did wrong. Because what she did in this video, she tried to make him seem like he was wrong when it wasn't him at all because she was a thieving piece of crap. She was a stupid, useless, something I can't say. And the fact that she was doing that made her look bad. Because Sarah and Chanel, or whatever the crap her name is, no. They're poison. That's the last time I heard Rich actually get crazy. He's always calm in every situation that I've ever seen him in. Even when he gets mad, he's still calm. And it makes me, I'm like, holy crap, because before I heard of Rich Piana, I was like, oh God, roid rage. This is a real thing. when people take steroids, they get mad. They want to kill everything and everyone, but that's not the case. That's not the case at all. That's only if you abuse them, you know?
Right.
Now, I think was it you or someone else that told me about that video where Sarah, or was it, I don't know, where he was screaming at Sarah when she was recording him without
It
him
was
knowing.
me who told you about that video.
Yeah, because I didn't I was like, I heard about it and then I watched it and I was like, huh. But it seems like it was you because you're the only person besides me that I actually know that knows about Rich Piana, you know? But I hope Sarah rots in hell. I don't care about her. When I first saw her in every video that she would be in with Rich, you could tell that, man, she just didn't
She
like.
didn't want to be in that marriage. She was just
She
in it for the money.
exactly. You could tell she was a gold digging rat. She was
Yep.
like every response. Yep, yep, babe. I'm like, you unworthy piece of crap. Seriously, she was like, she wasn't worthy of being even with Rich. You know,
Nope.
he was too good of a guy to put up with that crap. You know, and at the time, you know, it's like he even said you couldn't you wouldn't be able to tell him no, don't do that, you know, don't be with her because he actually cared about her and he thought she cared about him, but she didn't though. And it's I find it sad that he had to find that out the hard way, but sometimes that's the only way you can find out things is by trial and error, man. The hard way. It's just like cooking. Oh man.
You're
But
gonna compare cooking to death.
well, no. No, let me clarify this. I don't compare cooking to death. I compare, you know, he was in a relationship with Satan Sarah and
And you're
he
comparing that to cooking.
I am, you know, because sometimes when you bake a cake or something like that, it burns, but then you cook over and over again and you find out, okay, it doesn't need to stay in there for 30 minutes, it needs to stay in there for 15 minutes. So it just takes some experience and some time to realize, okay, that's wrong, you know. So there's a comparison there. I'm gonna throw I'm gonna throw that out into the wind. So, you ready for this question here, man? Do you remember the first time you ever saw Rich Piana or heard of Rich Piana?
See, the first time I heard of Rich Piano was in high school, probably my junior year.
Do you remember what year that was?
Let's see, I was probably 2012.
Nice.
It was just before this big dance
God.
that my mom would let me go to.
Oh, the dance,
But
the
nah,
dance.
this is right around the time I started working out, and I saw one of his videos pop up, and I was like, well, let's see what this guy's about. And I just remember looking at this massive behemoth of an individual, like over 300 pounds of hulking raw muscle, and God only knows what else was in his body. Thinking to myself, how do I achieve this?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that everyone that has ever watched Rich Piana that is in bodybuilding has asked themselves the same question. Because I remember the first time I ever saw that man, I was on YouTube and I was looking up fitness videos and there was it said Rich Piana, I think it was some expo or something like that in 2013, and then I saw this I had the same thing as you, this behemoth of a man. Like I was like, is this the Hulk or something like that? I knew it wasn't the Hulk because I mean his face and everything, and he was just
Right.
standing there and it was this big freaking statue. It didn't even look like it didn't look like a diesel could push him over. You know, that's how huge he was, and he's just going up. All these people are coming up to him. He's like, you know, actually talking to them and being nice and everything. I'm like, holy freaking crap! So I remembered his name and I just searched videos of him and everything like that. And ever since I first saw him, I was like, wow. And that is like the one thing that made me want to just become the biggest guy that I've ever seen before. But that's really hard to do, honestly.
That's how I became the biggest dude in the universe.
Pablo's a pretty big guy, and you guys are going to be able to see that tomorrow on the fitness video that's going to be posted. So do not forget to watch that It will be posted.
You
Make sure you,
actually edited it.
I haven't edited it. I will be doing that tonight, and it will be uploaded tomorrow. I'm going to skip every other fitness videos so I can have the special guest fitness video up with you in there. Because I
The
just,
founder of the sea. I'm
I
6'6" in black.
you know, he's not 6'6" in black. He's actually
6'5" and a half.
He's 4'3", and he's not black.
In
He's
ginger.
like he's light
I look like the
skinned.
Lucky Charms mascot.
He does. When that video you did with the damn t-shirt. Oh man, but I first started lifting weights back when I was 14. So about 14 years ago actually. And if I would have known about Rich Piana back when I was 14, oh my god, I would have been able to achieve so much more stuff. And I feel kind of like about it because I didn't know about him back then. Because when I first started lifting weights, I was clueless. I had to teach myself everything. I'm like, okay, I think this is right, you know? And then as I started progressing, I started watching videos and everything. And then everything changed. And I stopped watching everyone else whenever I saw Rich Piana for the first time. I was like, okay, this is the end of the line. This guy is who I'm going to learn from. Because this guy, judging by the way he looks, judging by his knowledge, he knows what the hell he's talking about. And I wasn't wrong because he did. He knew what he was talking about. He was, when it came to fitness, he was one of the smartest guys you could talk to. Or one of the smartest guys you could listen to. I would implore you to listen to his videos over anyone else. It's a freaking Pepsi. Anyone else in the fitness industry. Trust me. Him over anyone.
He did everything that you could have thought of. He did it.
He really did.
They've been doing it for years.
Yep.
So he knew what worked, how it worked, the best way to get these results.
Exactly. And he didn't tell you things that could, you know, he didn't tell you things he thought might work. He didn't tell you things that, you know, he thought would get you good results. He told you things that he learned from experience. He had to do these things, you know, to achieve stuff himself because he even failed. He failed when he first started because he was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? And then over time, over the years, you know, he just developed that.
Like when he went from being natural to driving to Mexico when he was 18.
Yep.
To get his first cycle of steroids.
And it went crazy from there. I remember I saw, it was, I think, I would say a couple of months ago, I saw a video of Rich and his arms were like a lot smaller than they actually were. And I was thinking, was that before the cycle started? Because you could tell it was Rich. I mean, but the arms, they weren't Rich arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just weird. He didn't have tattoos or anything, but
he was Mr. California way back in the day.
Oh yeah, way back in the day. I think it was in '98 or something.
When he was a fraction of the size that he was now.
Yep.
This was before all his arm tattoos and everything.
And
whatever injections he got in his arms were.
And I think that, I don't know, I want to say that in competitions they drug test you, but when you got, you know, Phil Heath and all these other people in Mr. Olympia, I guarantee you they do drugs. All right, I can already tell you that. And if they
blood doping is not that hard.
No, it's really not. And you know they drug test you, but I'm like, man, Rich said that he wouldn't do good in bodybuilding today, but Rich was a beast. The way that he looked, but I understand what he's saying because they're really picky, you know, and the fitness industry with Mr. Olympia and competitions is just a very, very dirty scene behind the scenes, you know. Yeah. But let's see. You ready for this next question, bud?
Yeah.
Where is the tree planted in the green garden?
Let's see. The answer to that is we perform glycolysis to net 2-pyruvate in order to continue all the cycles until we finally get to oxidative phosphorylation to produce ATP.
And then what happens after that?
Well, dinosaurs die because you touch yourself at night.
Well, I mean, obviously.
And then the fat man plays the trombone at dawn.
Well, did you know that in Russia the trombone plays the fat man?
But did you know in the plant, Russia plays the fat man?
Okay, so we're gonna go on to the next thing. Let's go ahead and talk about this right here. You actually brought this up to me before the podcast. His open steroid use. We were just talking. I mean, you said he went to Mexico. We're gonna go ahead and cover some of this. Now, when we say open steroid use, that means that he was open about the fact that he used steroids. He even made a workout program teaching you how to use the steroids he used, what steroids he used, and how to freaking use them. Now,
Right?
I have respect for that because I'm like, you know what? If you're gonna be huge and you're gonna be on steroids, don't lie about it. And guess what? Guess what? Rich Piana didn't do? He didn't lie. He told the damn truth. And
Yep.
I that's one of the things that I loved about the man is the fact that he could do that. And you could be just like him if you got the stuff he got. Now, tell me your opinion on the fact that he was open with his use of steroids.
I think it was a beautiful, great thing. That probably, if people want to do anabolic steroids, they're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna stop them. That they don't know how. They're just gonna fiddle around with it until they seriously hurt themselves,
Yep.
or they get lucky and figure it out. Somebody may miss the muscle directly, hit a vein or a nerve. They screw themselves up for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, Rich helped people prevent that by telling them what they needed to know
Yeah.
before how they did it, which, in my opinion, is preventative maintenance, which is it's better to prevent something than it is to cure it. If you can prevent cancer, you wouldn't need to cure cancer. You
True.
know what I'm saying?
Very true. And
So if you
Richie,
can prevent all these injuries by telling people the right way to do it, that's what you should do.
you're very right, man. You're very right because there are so many idiots out there with syringes or with with the capsules and everything like that. They don't know what they're doing. So Rich Piano would be the one thing that would help you so you won't freaking die. And
Exactly. You can order a box of 300, 100 syringes, 3 cc's, or 3 milliliters. You can order that off of Amazon for less than $15. You can go down to your nearest Tractor Supply. You can get a stack of, or a little box of 24 gauge needles, size inch and a half, for seven to $10. So all in all, for less than $30, you got your injectables. Street value for a bottle of test on average runs around $100, unless you're getting it from directly from a local lab, and even then you don't know exactly what you're getting unless it comes tells you what the farmer grade and everything is on it.
yeah, just
Now, if it's that easy to get everything, not including the test or train or whatever it is you're trying to run, you see, if you can get all that other stuff so accessible, it's going to make people, a little bit more willing to try it.
oh yeah,
So
most
you
definitely.
need to have the preventative maintenance.
I mean, you're right about that. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Welcome everyone to the stream. John, what's going on? Wolf Slayer, welcome. Master John, welcome. How are you guys doing? The echo on your side, Pablo, is terrible. No, it's gone now. But we're gonna go ahead. There was something I saw where Rich said that if you're natural, stay natural. Rich wasn't he the thing about him, he'll tell you how to use it, but he's not going to inspire you to go out and do it. If you're watching a video with Rich Piana teaching you how to use steroids, it's because you already had the idea in your head to use steroids.
Right.
It's not because you're like, okay, let me look up fitness videos. I want to be natural. You know, he wasn't somebody that would inspire you to pick up a syringe or swallow one of these pills. He even said, if you're already natural, just stay natural, because it's
Stay
gonna
natural as long as you can.
exactly, he even knew himself the harmful side effects of steroids, but he did it anyway because Rich Piana was the kind of guy that lived as big as he was. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You and he I let me try to remember this. I think he said live life. You can have a kingdom on earth if you live life like every day like you want it or something like that. And basically do what you want. Life is way too short not to do what you want. If you sit back and you complain about something and you don't take that opportunity to do something, then you're not going to be able to achieve it. And he was the type of person that just basically said, do whatever it takes to achieve your goals. There are 5% of people out there that are doing whatever it takes. That's where the 5% comes from. And it makes sense, you know? And I also found out, you know, with Rich Piana, he said real men eat whatever the they want. That's when I found out I can eat anything I want. I mean, I can eat glass.
I can eat anything I want and don't have to pay the consequences for it.
Exactly.
As mine is hanging lower than my balls, 5% are for life, baby.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, okay, let's see. You taking steroids, it's going to make your look bigger.
It's going to shrink your testicles.
That's exactly.
And it looks bigger by comparison.
You know, testicles are meant to be shrunk. You know?
They are.
I mean, they're always in a way. What's that? You just got kicked in the balls? That wouldn't happen if you did like me. You know? That's what the other person's going to do.
Think about it. Girls don't like to look at that shit.
It's so true. Oh, man. But
Pop
I mean,
it on their head, call it a good day.
something else that let's go ahead and talk about favorite quotes, man. Do you have any favorite quotes from Rich that you want to talk about?
Let's see. I don't know if I can directly say some of Rich's quotes.
Well, that's okay, man.
YouTube's
policies,
but
well, you can censor
go
them.
Out and look up one of Rich Piana's video. His intro, whenever he says "good," we'll just go with that's my favorite. The intro, welcome, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Oh, man.
Just get you so hype every time you hear it.
It really does. And it's like I was telling Pablo. Pablo's heard it too. My alarm tone is Rich Piana saying, good morning, and then his music playing. The music that plays is the music that plays whenever he works out. He's always had the same kind of music in his videos whenever he works out, when he's in the gym. It's always that hip hop with like that uppity horn.
Where it goes dun 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 dun.
Yeah. That's the real shiz. Oh man. But something that he said, he said there's no such thing as overtraining, okay? You're either under eating or under sleeping. That's also something that told me I can work out as hard as I want to in the gym. I can do anything I want. As long as I eat enough food, of course clean, and as long as I sleep enough. The problem with that, I obviously don't sleep enough. But I can put away some food. All right? Yeah. So, I mean, I can do anything I want in the gym because Rich Piana said so.
Exactly. You listen to God when he talks.
Oh man. So, all right, tell me, what did he inspire you to do, man? What's one of the things or some of the things he inspired you to do?
Like weightlifting wise?
Anything in life.
He inspired me to not fit through doorways anymore. Let's see. Also inspired me to be the biggest dude in the universe.
Okay.
Never to trust women. With his ex-wife and the girl who killed him.
I honestly
think live every day to the fullest, man.
I think they teamed up and they just thought of that plan together.
It's like you never know what's going to be your last, and Rich lived every moment to the fullest.
Exactly, man. So
you smoke that cigarette. You want to put a dip in, do it. You're not promised tomorrow. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
You are so right.
Try some drugs, drink, get weird with it.
Let's not inspire people to do the wrong thing. We're still on YouTube here.
Remember, kids, drop out of school, do drugs.
Remember, kids, Pablo is being a very bad mod right now. Don't listen to what he... Oh, man. Oh, that's funny. So, okay.
Don't hinder my creativity. You're worse than YouTube.
I'm gonna get a strike after this. So what workouts do you do now because of Rich Piana?
Mm,
Do you do any?
yeah, I do a decent amount actually. I started doing Arnold presses once I saw Rich Piana do it. I'd never heard of those before. I mean, I heard of Arnold, but I never heard of the specific Arnold press. Let's
See,
see, he got me really heavy into training arms. I used to never ever train biceps,
yeah.
and then I saw Rich's arms, and I started training biceps. So with the constant contraction of the seated curl, the 3/4 rep, and the full rep. I don't do half reps personally. I'll do 3/4 reps,
Yeah.
but that's as low as I go. And I learned that from Rich. Let's see, what else did I learn from him? Cardio is not mandatory. You don't have to do cardio.
Well,
Cardio is gross.
now whenever I watch Rich, he always says that, cardio is good if you want to burn off, fat and everything. He was saying if you eat like say 8,000 calories a day, you know, train 2 to 5 hours in the gym and do an hour of cardio. That way you're burning off more than what you're consuming, and it helps your body grow more. And I hate cardio. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. I'm pretty sure everyone hates cardio. If someone does cardio and they say that they love it, they're lying and they should be kicked in the face.
They're
Uh,
weird.
yeah, they're
They're not
very
coming near
weird.
my kids.
You don't have kids, anyway.
I'm not taking them to the big dance.
But the thing that inspired me is that when I see a big 300-pound guy on a bike doing cardio before a workout,
With the
because
six pack,
with a freaking six pack, when he's doing
the dude's in
cardio,
better shape than you.
yeah, when he's doing cardio before a workout because he doesn't want to get fat, that inspires me to get up and do cardio myself. Do I like cardio? No. Do I know it's going to pay off in the end? Of course. And
Cardio is the devil.
yes, it is. But the cardio. I would consider that to be the contract you would sign to become a millionaire to sell your soul. It sucks, when you're doing it, but towards the end, when you get all that money, it's gonna pay off. You're like, hey, I'm not fat anymore. Then you die at the end, No.
Yeah. Then you're
Oh,
dead.
yeah, man. Okay, so is there anything else you want to tell me like that you've learned from him?
Let's see here. Things. What I learned in boating school is uh, that last real heavy cycle he went on. You saw how it aged him dramatically in a period
Yes,
of like 2 to 4 months.
bro.
He
Okay,
started off looking so much younger,
I was
and
like,
then just
what
it
the
took so much of
hell?
a toll on his body.
What kind of drugs was he taking during that last
He posted
cycle?
a cycle. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I think it was like one of the, if not the heaviest steroid cycle in open history.
And that's
He said,
crazy.
like hands down, he was going to make it his craziest cycle. I like he wanted to go the biggest he could possibly go.
It's insane, man, because I saw that. I saw how he looked like grandpa after that, and I was like, "Holy crap. What
It's
happened,
like he spent
Rich?"
all that money on surgery. You can say what you want about Rich, but he definitely he wanted to please people. He wanted to look good in a lot of people's eyes, which because if he didn't, he wouldn't have gotten hair plugs or his hair was falling out due to all the years of trend,
Yeah,
GH. He wouldn't have done 5% nutrition if he didn't care what people thought. He wouldn't have gotten to bodybuilding, none of that.
exactly. And here's the thing right here. Let's go back to what we were talking about not long ago. The thing that you could put in your head to let you know that he cared about the people is the fact that his supplements weren't crap, and the fact that his supplements were real. It's just like I was
Oh,
saying, with real food.
his supplements were real now.
Oh
I
yeah,
had I got some of his pre-workout. I didn't get a direct tub, but I got one of the samples in the mail
yeah.
when I got my last order. Well, 2 or 3 orders ago, pre-workout. he sent me a variety pack with samples, and Rich Piana just so happened to be in it. Unfortunately, this was after he passed, but it was close enough that it was still one of his batches before the rest of the 5% nutrition took over. When I tell you this got you in gear, oh my God. It was intensely insane.
What kind was
it? I was going, shoop, shoop. I was making the rich noises, screaming with every rep, face twisted and contorted, looking like I was just smelling / holding in the hardest fart of all time.
What was the name of the pre-workout, man? Because that sounds like that's something I want.
It was, I can't remember the specific name because, like I said, it was in a variety pack. It wasn't like a tub. They send you, they pretty much like glorified Ziploc bags, like a flavor packet of pre-workout. And you just tear the top off and pour it in the water.
Wow.
For the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. I just remember it was Rich Piana's because I Googled it.
Man.
But yeah, man, it was intense. And I
See,
have a pretty heavy stems tolerance to where the point I pretty much have to take 2 scoops of any pre-workout. I'll take 2 scoops of that, and after about a 45-minute toilet sesh before my workout, I was good to go.
See, I'm always up for new pre-workouts. The thing with me too, I always have to take 2 scoops because of my caffeine tolerance, and I love the beta-alanine. I love being able to feel that itch and that tingling because that's what gives me the drive. Most of the time, it's hard to find the energy I need even after a pre-workout. I'm like, I feel like I want to work out, but I just like,
so what I got is I scoop extra beta-alanine in all my pre-workouts. Like I got a tub of it off Amazon for $13. It was 200 grams.
Wow.
1 serving is 2 scoops, and it's tiny, very, very tiny scoops. And this is like lasting me over 2 months.
Holy crap.
And I'm not very liberal with it at all. Like I scoop that bad boy out. Well, each one of my scoops is a scoop and a half.
I will definitely have to try that because I love the tingling, man. The tingling.
It gives you that extra tingling. I mix that with Hyde or some other stuff, and some great pumps, man.
Hyde is like one of the best pre-workouts I've ever had before. That's it.
Hyde is so caffeine heavy.
Oh, yeah.
I got a tub right here in front of me. Let me just read the amount of caffeine Hyde has. The caffeine matrix alone, 419 milligrams.
Mm-hmm.
That's per scoop. So you take 2 scoops, you're almost to 1,000 milligrams of caffeine.
It's crazy stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a heart attack.
Some days you just got to boil up some Mountain Dew because it's going to be a long night.
I don't think boiled Mountain Dew would taste good, man.
You're right. It tastes amazing. Have you tasted Jesus' tears?
You know, I haven't.
Godsmack. I'm telling you, they wrote, I talked to God today just so they could taste boiled Mountain Dew.
If you guys also want to know who Rich Piana is, if you've ever watched the show Scrubs, he made a guest appearance in the show Scrubs. Back in the day,
really?
He really did, and it's pretty cool. When I found that out, I was like, "Wow, that is awesome!" You know, because I used to watch Scrubs all the time. And if
I used to love Scrubs.
Oh yeah, it's still a really great show. I haven't watched in like a couple years, but it's still a really good show. So.
Oh, he was the Hulk in one episode, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Yep. I just Googled it.
Oh, okay.
Well, that is, I would consider myself a good fan, and that's something I did not know.
Well, sometimes we just miss things, man. Like my mother, you know.
I never knew my mother. She left before I was born.
Oh, well, at least you were born.
Yeah, not really. I mean, I still haven't been able to go to this huge dance.
There's no dance.
Middle school sock.
You're
It's the
schizophrenic, okay?
seventh grade sock hop.
Oh my
All right,
God. Why are you at a seventh grade dance, Pablo?
because I'm 14.
You're lying. Anyway,
Like you're right. I'm 12.
yeah, okay.
Just a big old deep voice for a 12-year-old boy.
All right, well,
Kind of
Mr.
gets deeper the more I touch myself.
Oh God. Okay, Mr. Dance Lover. I have a it's kind of a personal question if you're ready to answer it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I want you to just how did you feel on August 25th or whenever it was you found out the news? Because
23rd.
I didn't find out about it until you told me about it.
Well, in short, man, I felt sad. Like a piece of my world was gone. Rich was hands down my fitness community hero. Like I tried to live my life similar to how he worked out and did all this other stuff. So like I based a lot of my workouts around his level of intensity, where I would go to the gym and I'd work out for 2.5 hours minimum, upwards of 4.5 to 5 hours, if I had like the uninterrupted time slots, and where I would make the time for it. It just once he died, I kind of fell off the wagon there for a bit, working out wise, just because it was like, what's the point? You get that big and you die, and then your muscles, atrophy, and you just get smaller and smaller, and there's nothing you can do to fix it. But I was devastated to find out he was dead, man. That was my hero. That was one of my idols. Just how I imagine anybody would feel.
I feel you, man. I feel you. I remember you texted me on it was August 25th, and you told me that my next podcast should be about Rich Piana. And I don't think I've done another podcast since before that. And this is the next podcast that you told me that I should do, and it is about Rich Piana.
Huh.
I thought you were lying to me. I was like,
Nah, dude, I wouldn't lie about that.
I was like, it's Pablo. He's probably pulling my leg again and everything. And you told me he died. I think what was it, 4 or 5 in the morning?
He died at around 2:30 to 3 in the morning. I remember I was pulling an all-nighter on some not very legal substances.
Same
If you
here.
catch my
No,
drift.
I do. You're talking about
Yeah,
plastic and clothing, but
white people.
I
Yeah,
remember
worst type of drug.
after you told me that, bro, I remember my internet was really really terrible, and I couldn't search anything about it. And I was like, okay, this is like a complete lie or whatever. And then I was able to find a spot where the reception was decent, so I could surf on online. And then I saw that all over. I typed in Rich Piana, and then before I could type in anything else, it said dead, and I clicked on dead, and it brought up all these articles, and I was like, what the hell? What is this? And then I started reading it, and then after I started reading it, I found out more details, and then like I was instantly like I wanted to just like crawl into a freaking hole and not talk to anyone because he was the biggest inspiration that I ever had from working out because he was my teacher when it came to lifting weights. He was the guy that I looked up to remember to tell me that hey, you don't give a crap about anything, well, anything that is negative, Um, whenever like I would feel upset or something like that, all I had to do was watch a Rich Piana video, and he would be, I would feel like, you know what, screw everything, let's go lift weights. He was a huge inspiration for me. I actually wanted to go to the gym and lift. If a muscle was sore, just remember, hey, Rich can do it. Let's push past that soreness. And when you told me that, oh frick! I remember I made a video on Twitter, and just talking about it, and it freaking sucked, man. You know,
Dude, it was definitely a sad day.
it was. And I remember I was able to finish the entire day at work, and then I found that out at nighttime at the last part of the day, and I told myself I'm glad I waited until the nighttime to find that out, because if I would have found that out during the daytime, I wouldn't have been able to do crap.
I thought it was a joke, honestly, when I first heard it and read about it. I was like,
Yeah.
there's no way. There's no way. And more sources started coming out, and I was like, there's no way. No. Lo and behold, it turned out to be true, and he's gone.
Yeah,
He's
man.
lifting up there in heaven, where Trin comes out of the water fountain. The dumbbells go up to 400 pounds. All the weights are re-racked. And everybody's about 5%.
Just like old Rich wanted it to be. And yeah, John
Everyone's
said.
dick hangs low in the balls.
John was saying, yeah, he's only 46. He was only 46 too, man. He said, let's see, you can make your body fit as possible, but it's what's inside your body that can end it all. Your heart, organs, etc. And you're absolutely right, man. You know, because if you have anything in your body that doesn't agree with something, or something that's just too overworked or something, or if you're poisoned, or if you're killed by evil women that are around you, that can do it too. So, and I'll always say his ex-wife and the wife that he had right when he passed away, I don't trust them, and I hope that they rot in prison.
Well,
I hope.
Sarah did meth. So,
Well, yeah. I saw that she was a meth head. I didn't like Sarah
yeah,
the
Big
first
Boy
time I
was a
saw her.
dealer.
Yep, Big Boy was a piece of crap. A
What do you mean
huge.
was? He still is.
Well, I mean, I don't care about him anymore because he
I hope
Rich.
he dies of a heart attack, man.
Oh yeah, me too. I hope a monster truck runs over him, and then I hope that he doesn't die, and then I hope the guy in the monster truck gets out and pours bleach on him. And never mind, I'm on YouTube, so I have to.
Yep.
I have to
Remember, man,
say
you gotta give Rice Potato Chip the credit he deserves.
he deserves more credit than I
That
can
was
give to
another
him.
good thing about Rich videos, man. There are always some really good memes on there. You, that's why he died, man. You gotta confuse the body.
I'm still saying to myself that he's not dead. I'm saying to myself that he's actually hiding somewhere.
I mean, he had to die to confuse the body, man. His body was getting too used to his workouts.
Man,
He'll be back. He'll be back. He's gonna be like Jesus. Yep, he'll be back.
And the problem probably was, he just didn't change his workout up to confuse the body. That's why.
They're gonna dig him up for an autopsy in about 10, maybe 20 years. And he's still gonna have more tests in him than the average adult male.
And it's gonna be nothing but
I promise
bones
you.
and oil. You know? Just
Oh
like,
yeah, like all that HGH for sure thickens some of his bones.
oh yeah, he's gonna be growing while he's just like chilling in the casket.
People are gonna be like, "Holy crap, is this a dinosaur?"
Seriously, that's gonna be awesome, man. I hope that there's a zombie apocalypse, because I hope Rich gets out of the ground and turns into a freaking zombie, because that's gonna be great, man.
If Rich turns into a zombie, I might have to take one for the team. Just be a zombie.
Oh man, I would like just
Confuse the
like
body, man.
I would try to trap him, so I could have a pet Rich piano, just
I
like
don't
in
think I can
Shaun of the
afford to
Dead.
feed it.
I wouldn't be able to. Crap.
Like, imagine like having to lure 5 to 10 times the average amount of like alive humans into like zombie Rich's playpen.
Why does Zombie Rich have a playpen?
Well, I mean, if you're keeping zombie Rich as a pet, you gotta like give him adequate playing area.
Well, he should
You see
have
how
a.
much he ate when he was alive, so you know he's gonna be a hungry zombie.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
And then you gotta keep giving him his steroids while he's in zombie form.
I mean, would that affect him since he's dead?
I don't know, only 5% of him's alive.
Oh man, Rich piano. It's crazy because time's flying by like really fast, and it doesn't seem like it's been as long as it's been.
Yeah,
Super
man.
insane, man.
I'm telling you, Richie Piranha was a good guy. They always
Oh,
took those rich jokes so well. Like everybody made all these puns on his name,
yeah.
and it was just oh. After Mutant with that stupid 8 hour arm workout.
Oh my God. When I first saw that, I was like, "Are you kidding me,
Oh
man?"
well, man, that was the one thing that was fake, and he even like later came out and said it was uh, that Mutant made him do that. Otherwise, they're gonna drop him. That's part of the reason he left Mutant, because that was like the one big thing that lost him a lot of credibility.
That's
Granted,
crazy.
I have tried it multiple times. I never make it fully through the workout. Like I usually crash around hour 3 to 4. And that's because your biceps aren't that big of a muscle, and you literally burn through all the fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. You burn through your ATPs and your ATP reserves. Yeah. Your body only carries about 1 to 3 seconds worth of ATP in your muscles at any given time. It always has to create more.
Crazy, crazy stuff, man. Just remember, if anyone out there wants to start lifting weights, just remember. Holy echo, bro.
What's wrong with your Echo?
No,
You have
the
Amazon
echo,
Echo?
the echo on your
Yeah,
side is
dude, that's
just
so cool.
terrible.
Alexa, Alexa, Alexa. You have an Amazon Echo, dude? That's baller.
No, no, I don't have an Amazon Echo.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
It wouldn't. But anyway, if any of you want to start lifting weights, remember to get as big as you possibly can get. Remember to eat
No,
a lot.
you got to get bigger than you possibly can get.
Well, I mean, if you do that,
You
you'll
got to
die.
achieve your natural potential, max out your natural potential, and then go limit breaker. It's like Goku has Kaioken, man. You got to get past your limit breaker.
Well, all you have to do to achieve that is to eat Reese cups.
There's no shame in eating Reese's cups.
You know, there was a video of a guy that actually did the 8 hour arm workout, and he felt miserable after that, but he was able to accomplish it.
I couldn't do it, man. My body physically gave up.
Yeah, that's like,
And now that I understand like how the body works and everything, I understand 100% why it gave up and how it's virtually it is impossible to do it naturally.
so,
Unless you're using such light weight, you're hardly gaining anything from it.
yeah. Tell me, it was fake?
Yeah, he later came out and said it was.
When
Well,
did he?
like not that it was 100% fake, but it was exaggerated by Mutant. It was those
Wow.
contracts.
That's crazy, man.
That's part of the reason he went off to start 5%.
See, this is something new I'm learning because when I first saw the 8 hour arm workout video, I'm like, holy crap, this is like, I believed it was like legit.
I
Because
thought it was legit for years until he later came out and
yeah,
said it.
exactly. Because I watched it and now I'm finding out that it was fake. I'm like, wait, what? No
Well, you saw
way.
like in the video, if he really did that 8 hour workout, they wouldn't have been able to condense it into less than 5 minutes worth of content. All the protein shakes in this video were obviously clear water.
Yeah, man. Because that was a lot of protein shakes that you had.
Yeah, he would have grabbed his pants.
Yeah, because I know, man, protein is one of the biggest X-lax out there. Unless
But
it's,
I know me, after 2 or 3 protein shakes, I got to take a dump.
oh yeah, I mean, unless you're eating fiber bars and crap like that. But protein shakes, they'll do it to you. They really will.
Yeah, I know somebody who ate half a piece of a jalapeno earlier today, and they were paying for it earlier.
No, that was a habanero. I ate a small piece of habanero hours ago, and man, I had to pay for it before the podcast.
I bet you did.
And it was just a small fragment of a habanero. It wasn't a big piece at all, so it was sad.
Did your Asian finish it?
No, no, she said no. She said they're too spicy and they taste bad to her.
Doesn't she eat like the hottest peppers of all time recreationally?
Well, she does, but the peppers and hot sauce in Thailand are completely different because hot sauce and peppers here are sour compared to the way they are in Thailand. So it's just a different form of spice.
Hmm.
It's really weird. Oh, Rich. If you guys are just joining, make sure you do hit that like. This is the E Proxy Podcast with guest star Pablo. We're talking about old Rich Piana. It's going to be ending very shortly. Very shortly. We've covered so much stuff, And if there's anything that you've missed that you want to hear about, just rewind the video. It's gonna be on YouTube. PS4 we start in 10 minutes. Okay, let me turn on this crappy controller. Oh man. So is there anything else you want to talk about concerning Rich before the podcast does come to an end? Anything you want to say?
I just, I think all your viewers should go take 2 minutes out of their day to look him up on YouTube because I think he can benefit them.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
If nothing else, emotionally and lift your spirits.
Yeah. Rich is a he man.
Like if
He's
you're having a bad day, like Bailey was in the chat the other day, upset with drama, depressed, however Bailey rolls. But it's just if she were to like sit down and binge watch like 3 Rich videos with like his woo attitude, probably would turn the day around.
I don't think Bailey enjoys that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I mean, and
Yeah,
Gracie,
it's hard
hello
for
to you
her to enjoy
too.
Rich piano going woo,
Yeah.
like the modern day nature boy Ric Flair.
Oh yeah. Hey, something else that's really awesome about Rich is just watch him whenever he's in the gym. He makes all the oh my god, I have to take a dump, I just crap my pants faces. All the time.
Shoot, ah,
Yeah.
shoot, ah. Weirdest noise after each rep. And they can be like lightweight. He can be doing whatever he does with 30-pound dumbbells. For Rich, that like equivalates to a normal person doing a 10, maybe a 15.
Yeah.
Shoot. Shoot. Ah. He just enjoys his time, man.
He really does, man. And I mean, I think it's just that Rich goes out and he lifts really heavy and like just burns himself out, and then he'll go and lift really light weights because just as well as I do, after you go out there and you do a heavy workout, it's gonna be hard as crap to lift light weights. The 10 pounds are gonna feel like they're 100 pounds just because of what you did to yourself.
Yeah, I know too well.
It's such a good feeling. It really is, man. Oh man. Oh, Rich Piana. And it sucks because I go over to his channel every now and then and I'm like, hey, is there going to be a new video? Maybe there might be some videos that weren't edited or uploaded that are going to be uploaded, but I tell myself if that happens, it's not going to be from Rich. So
Right.
I mean, why do I care?
It's disheartening. Like the channel is just gonna slowly fade to dust.
Yeah, man.
Like I'll say subscribe just as for memorial's sake, but I, I'm not liking any new content unless they come out saying they put Rich Piana into a cyborg body. I'm
If
not
they
liking any new content.
if they did that, it's going to be great. I would love to watch fitness videos from Cyborg Piano.
Cyborg piano. That actually sounds like something he'd go with too. What's up, y'all? It's Cyborg piano here.
Oh man, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, he sounds like a raspy pirate now.
Arr!
Good morning, yar. What be a pirate's favorite letter? You think it's R, but it's really the C.
That's great. What the hell? Oh man. So is there anything else you need to say, Pablo?
Nah, man. Rich was an awesome dude. He had a good legacy, and it was ended too short for him, in my opinion.
Way too short. He was still really, really young. He looked a lot older than he was.
Man.
Say what?
He looked like he was 50 to 60 just because of the intense amount of gear he was taking.
Yeah.
Just made him appear that way. But he did have some botched surgeries and stuff like, and then of course his tattooing made him look older than he was,
Yeah.
as far as shading wise and everything. He wasn't exactly the most mentally stable of individuals, but he's a
Yeah.
chill guy.
Oh, a very chill guy. You could have a conversation with Rich, and he would just sit there with you and just be as nice as possible, and he would talk to you, and he wouldn't act like he was better than you at all. You know.
Exactly. He wasn't like no Brad Dingleberry.
Oh man, Brad Castle. Oh, that guy.
He was rice patty cake. The man, the myth, the legend. He wasn't the hero that we deserved. Or yeah, he wasn't the hero that Gotham thought it wanted, but he was the hero that Gotham deserved.
What his? It wasn't Batman. We're not talking about Bruce Wayne.
But no, we're even better. We're talking about
Rich Wayne.
Randy. Randy Piano Head.
Randy Piano Head. So I'm hoping Rich Piano haunts Brad Castleberry and makes
Oh,
him,
same.
and I'm hoping that he makes him come out with the truth. You know that he is using fake weights. I'm sick and tired of seeing these plates on the bars that makes no sense because if he was telling the truth about this, then he wouldn't be afraid to go out and compete and all this crap.
Right. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Brad Castleberry is a strong individual,
Oh yeah, he is,
but
but
he's not as strong as he's claiming he is. Because he's like claiming sets that even professional power lifters struggle to achieve.
yeah, it's just something that makes you cringe and something that makes you kind of feel mad. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because you got guys out there that bust their ass and they try to achieve this stuff that will never be able to achieve it, and then you got this dingbat that goes up there and brings these fake plates everywhere he goes with him. And it's really easy to get fake plates. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there. They have websites for this crap. And
Yep.
he brings them everywhere with him. There were so many pictures that you would see. You would see, I think they were hexagon plates. You would see his plates on bars, and then you would see other plates in the gym that would be circle. I'm like, what the crap, bro? You can obviously tell they're fake, man.
Yep. That'll be another podcast for another
Oh yeah,
day.
that we're not gonna yeah, we're not gonna go with the negativity of him. We're gonna stay on topic. But there we'll probably do like a yeah, we'll do another podcast some other time, of course, man. Oh, Rich Piana. Um, he's a very missed individual. He always will be a missed individual. Anytime it comes to fitness or in the gym, he's going to be the first thought I know that comes to my mind. He always is. Whenever I go to the gym and I think, okay, when I sit down, I think, what feels weak? What should I train? And then I'm like, what would Rich do? What would he do? So he's never going to be forgotten, ever, ever, ever. He died too soon. He was an amazing guy, down to earth, really decent guy. Uh, and if you've never watched any of his videos, if you don't know who he is, go check him out. All right.
He's the ultimate natty vegan CrossFitter.
Yes, he is.
5%
Nice.
eclipse, man.
Oh man. Well, if
I just realized where we are during that solar eclipse, we only had 5% of light coming through. What if that was Rich trying to shine one last time, confusing the body
you
by
have a
becoming
point,
an
man.
astral being?
Old Rich. I looked up at Rich then.
Rich panini bread.
Now I want bread. Damn it. Oh man. Well, if there is nothing else you want to say, bud, I'm gonna go ahead, and this is going to be the end of this podcast. So say what you gotta say, Pablo.
Uh, that's that's all I got to say, man. Stay strong, kids. Eat your Trin and Jerry's. Trin and Jerry ice cream. Rich Piana's favorite flavor.
They're not gonna know what you're talking about, but it's funny.
It's funny
Oh,
because Trent is a steroid, kids.
yeah, yeah. Trin and
Rich
Jerry's.
testicular.
Oh man, eat what? It's Trin and Jerry's. It's an ice cream. um, before we go, just remember, try. There's something I want you to try if you lift weights. They're called feeder workouts. I learned this from Rich. Do if you want to, you know, puff up a muscle group that looks really small to you. Just pick that muscle group, do an exercise, do 100 reps of that exercise before bed, and then go straight to bed. You know. Also remember that real men eat whatever the crap they want. All right. So,
Remember, never train calves. There's no point in it. They don't grow.
actually, always train calves. I,
No, they just get stronger and more defined. They won't get any bigger.
you
I
can make
trained
them.
calves for 3 years, all day, every day.
Well, I mean, you're not doing it the way Rich Piana would have wanted you to do it, man.
You're right. I'm not injecting right into my calves.
Yeah. What are you
I might do
thinking?
whatever it takes.
You gotta start doing whatever it takes. That's also something else, guys. If there's a goal, you want to do whatever it takes to get that goal. All right, be one of the 5% out there that are actually doing something about it. Pablo, thank you so much for joining me for this podcast. I
You're welcome, man.
I hope this podcast has lived up to be the way that I was hoping it would be, man.
I'm going to go to the store, get some ice cream in honor of Rich. I think I'm going to get Sunday You May flavor.
And that's also, he had a tattoo on his chest that said that, but not Sunday. It was someday, you know. So that's funny. Sunday. I like all the
Tattoos on his legs. It said self-made.
I like all the puns, man. All the puns. It's great. Ah. But this is the end of the E Proxy Podcast with special guest Pablo, the Rich Piana edition. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you do hit that like, subscribe. If you haven't, we'll be back with more E Proxy Podcasts in the future. Remember, do whatever it takes and have a good night.
All right, well, I'm signing off.